We all remember playing with fingerboards as a kid.
I most definitely do not remember playing with fingerboards as a kid. Actually, now that I think about it, we used to do something similar with our erasers in primary school. Like any Kenyan watching will remember the red and blue ones. You know the ones I'm talking about. Like guys would put their two fingers and like try and do tricks and stuff like they were skateboarding. So actually, we did do something similar to fingerboarding as kids. Before we learn more about fingerboarding, let's get a quick word from the sponsor of today's video.
Rapid.
We all remember playing with fingerboards as a kid, but this man turned fingerboarding into his career and lifelong passion.
My name is Mike Schneider. I'm a professional fingerboarder, and I'm the owner of Flatface Fingerboards.
I don't know why, but hearing the words professional fingerboarder feels unusual to me. It's probably because it's a career I've never come across before. I'm definitely not one to knock unusual careers. I mean, I do comedy, I'm a competitive gamer, and I run esports competitions. For most African parents, those careers are still as mythical as unicorns or LGBT rights.
So I started fingerboarding in 4th grade. I had just started skateboarding shortly before that, and I was totally hooked. It was awesome. And so kids in my 4th grade class had fingerboards, tech decks, and they were playing with them during class and during recess, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, so that's where it all started.
I kinda wish we had tech decks in primary school now. Obviously the erasers we used to use never had wheels, but some of my classmates still had the technique to pull off kick flips and stuff like that. I can only assume that with time this guy gravitated towards fingerboarding because he gets to avoid the serious injuries that you risk while skateboarding. I respect it, I mean, he gets to remain as healthy as possible and still follow his passion. That's pretty cool. That's like retiring from the army to sign a contract with the LA Thieves. For the next couple of minutes, Mike takes us through some basic tricks you can start off with on your fingerboarding journey, like the ollie, the kick flip, and the varial flip.
Which is a kick flip where the board also turns 180 degrees.
Then the video goes through more and more complex tricks until finally we land on trick names where you can barely tell what the hell is going on, like the varial flip, frontside, tailside, varial heel out. Watching that segment of the video made me feel like I was playing SSX again, and I knew I was getting hella points for my tricks because I'm in tricky mode and I can barely keep up with the movement.
It's still crazy to me, even though I've been doing it for so long, that I built what I built and that I made the boards and everything. Like when I'm using a board that I made, on one hand I'm used to it, but on the other hand it's like, wow, I really made a board that I think, at least for me, it works better than any other fingerboard. So it's really satisfying in that way.
This guy should be really proud of himself. I mean, to follow your own path, build a community that shares the same passion you do, and make a living from that same community it's pretty commendable. I can bet throughout his journey a lot of people have dismissed him and what he does as like lame or childish, but clearly this guy doesn't give a fuck because he loves what he does. I just wonder whether Mike has like groupies in the fingerboarding community. Like, surely if he can display such technique on a fingerboard, then some women in that community have to have been at least a little bit curious as to how transferable that technique is in other areas, if you know what I mean. In the last segment of the video, Mike basically goes into detail about how he makes his fingerboards. They're basically built similarly to skateboards. The process starts off with molding, where he basically cuts up several sheets of wood, glues them together, and leaves them pressed in a machine for several hours. After that, there's the lacquering and finishing process, which is top secret apparently, and then he puts the wheels on the board, and finally he is ready to go re-download Tinder on his phone for the 3rd time in 2 months. All jokes aside, my main takeaway from this video, and it's something I knew already, but this video just reaffirmed it, is you can make money doing pretty much anything these days. Like if you're passionate about something and you want to make it your career, just go for it. Just don't quit your day job until your passion pays you adequately. That's the biggest lie anyone can tell you. Like, you're not exactly making your case leeching off your parents while you pursue a career as a professional 3-sticks player. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. Helps your boy out with the algorithm and all that good stuff. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Check out the link in the description for links to the rest of my social media. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Still finna hit you with that 16. Shake up the mic and spray these bars like it's whipped cream. I'm dropping bombs like Ugandans on that big screen. Niggas all about the dripping purple like the Android 15. Have you laughing on the tube? Call me Clark Kent, I'm changing up these flows up in the booth. Chapodondo and some juice. In Nairobi, all we do is win or hustle, never lose.